Got to the point there wasn't anything more I could do to help her singing career, so she left me.
So you were married to her for how many years?
Just short of 4 full years.
Prior to seeing her at the auditorium on the afternoon before she was murdered, when was the last time that you saw Ms. Knight?
About a week before that.
Under what circumstances?
She called me, asked if she could come over. She sounded desperate, so I said, sure.
So she came to see you?
That afternoon. The minute she walked through the door, she started crying. Said I was the only one she could trust. Said she was afraid of her husband.
She say why?
His temper. She said it had gotten so bad that she was afraid that he was going to kill her.
Those are exact words?
No, actually not. Her exact words were, Joey, I'm scared of him. He loses his temper when we argue. One of these days, he's going to end up killing me.
Nothing further. Your witness.
Mr. Dillon, was anyone else present when you heard Terry Knight say she was afraid Jack Barnett was going to kill her?
No, sir.
And you remember her exact words?
I have a very good memory, especially where Terry is concerned.
Were you aware of anyone else who might benefit from Terry Knight's death?
Not offhand, no.
You're certain of that?
Yeah,
As certain as you are of Terry Knight's exact words?
I suppose.
Yes or no, Mr.
Yes, I'm certain.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Dillon?
I sing and play piano in bars, at weddings, whatever.
How much will you gross this week?
$500.
That for 7 days?
6.
How much would Terry Knight have grossed for 3 performances at the Denver Auditorium?
$350,000.
To the penny. Happen to know how much her estate is worth?
Couple million, I guess.
14 million, to be exact. Now, who stood to inherit that money, Mr. Dillon?
Probably Jack.
That's right. Her husband, Jack. Except that if he were to be found guilty of her murder, he could not legally inherit 1 single cent. Everything would go to the second beneficiary named in her will. Do you know who that person is, Mr. Dillon?
Now, wait a minute.
Please, Mr. Dillon, tell the court who the second beneficiary is.
I don't know.
Of course you know. It's you. If Jack Barnett is convicted of murdering his wife, then you will be handed a check for $14 million. Mr. Dillon, you lied just now about her will, yet you expect us to believe you told the truth about Jack Barnett's threat against his wife. I think if we want the truth, this court will need someone's word other than yours. No further questions.
But I'm telling the truth.
Mr. Dillon, I
Look,
have no more
everything that she said, she came and told me.
Silence. Mr. Dillon, one more word from you and I will have to hold you in contempt, sir. Redirect?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down now.
I'm looking for Kathy Redding. Looks so normal, I almost didn't recognize you. Typist by day, rocker by night, huh?
How did you find me?
Bartender at the club.
Go away.
We gotta talk.
Oh, great. So now on top of everything else, you're gonna make me lose my job.
What time do you get off work today?
5:30.
5:30 down in the lobby, okay?
Okay.
If you don't show up, I'll be back.
I said okay.
So I says to him, your wife doesn't want you going up there. And he says to me, mind your own business. And then he goes up. I couldn't stop him. I can't help but feel like what happened to Ms. Knight was my fault.
Did Mr. Barnett seem angry to you?
Real angry, yeah.
When did Mr. Barnett leave the building? Do you remember?
Not till that night, after the police came.
You're sure?
There's TV cameras all over that building. Anybody that comes in the front door or goes in and out the garage, I see him.
Well, what if Mr. Barnett were driving someone else's car? Like Miss Knight's car?
Now, I know everybody's car. Hers never left the building either.
So what you're saying is, you did not see Mr. Barnett leave the building between 4 and 5 that afternoon, the time at which the coroner has testified Miss Knight was killed.
No, I sure didn't.
Thank you, Mr. Sussman. Your witness.
Marvin Sussman. Those TV monitors you mentioned, how many do you have to watch while you're on duty?
Well, let's see, there's 10.
10? You watch 10 TV screens, Marvin? I should think that would be hard on your eyes.
My eyes are as fit as fiddles.
When's the last time you had them checked?
About 6 months ago. 20/20, both eyes.
Don't your eyes get tired from looking at TV screens all day?
No, sir.
Don't you ever have to take a break? Look away for a while?
No, sir. They pay me to watch those monitors, and I do. Like a hawk.
Well, thank you, Marvin. Oh. Who was Secretariat?
A racehorse.
Swaps? Native dancer? Affirmed?
All racehorses. Everybody knows that.
Yankee Red?
Yeah, he's a racehorse, too.
But not everybody knows that. Only the people that bet on him in the feature race at Hialeah yesterday. People who like to play the horses. Now, you like to play the ponies, don't you, Marvin?
I make a bet every once in a while.
How often is once in a while? Marvin Sussman, I realize your job may very well be at stake here, but my client's life is at stake. Now, believe me, the guilt you feel for what happened to Terry Knight is nothing compared to what you will feel if he's convicted because you failed to tell the truth. Now, you bet on the horses practically every day, don't you?
Yeah.
When you can't get to the track, how do you place your bets?
I have a bookie. He works out of a bar that's just around the corner from the apartment building.
Isn't it true that every day at 4:15 you go to that bar to place new bets and settle old ones with your bookie? Marvin, we need the truth now. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, it's true.
Did you go to the bar the afternoon Terry Knight was murdered?
Yes.
How long were you gone?
15 minutes at the most.
Isn't it true that during that time Jack Barnett could have driven out of the building, gone to his office, and driven back into the building without your seeing him?
Yeah, it's possible. Real possible.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
Go ahead, what would you like?
Nothing.
Cup of coffee.
Well, maybe just a cup of decaf. And the beef stew. And a piece of pecan pie. A la mode. Well, you're not bleeding, so I guess you haven't found Harry yet.
No, I haven't, but I found these. Finally got a good look at him at the club last night, so I went over to police headquarters to take a look at some mug shots. Guess what?
He has a record, I know that. He told me. He wrote a couple of bad checks.
Try armed robbery. 3 years in Joliet, and his name isn't Harry Corcoran, it's Steve Gant.
So big deal. So he changed his name because he wanted to start new with a clean slate.
Kathy, I think this guy's a killer.
He's just a songwriter.
He's very
He
dangerous.
likes my voice. Damn it, he thinks I'm good.
Kathy, I know this guy said he wants to help you, and I know you want to believe him, but I'm telling you. It's bad news. I'm staying at the Marketplace Hotel. Here's my number. Take it. If I'm wrong, throw it away. What if I'm right? Kathy, you gotta be careful.
Give it to him.
Hi, how was your day?
How did you get in here?
The window by the fire escape was open. You're lucky it was me and not some psychopath.
Excuse me.
You don't seem very happy to see me.
You broke into my home.
I got tired of waiting outside. Where you been, anyway?
Grocery shopping, what does it look like? And now I'm gonna go change.
I want the money. Now. Nothing doing. Tomorrow night, or I start blowing whistles. Not there. The auditorium, 7 o'clock. You'd better. Who was the guy at the club the other night?
You're the one who beat him up. Why don't you tell me?
He wasn't any A&R guy from Pacifica Records.
That's what he said.
What else did he say?
Nothing. Hey, Harry! Harry!
I think you're lying.
He told me that you had been in prison for armed robbery. Okay?
What else?
Nothing.
You're lying again.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Harry, come on!
He couldn't have known I did time unless he knew my real name.
Okay, he told me that too. I forgot, okay?
Stay away from that guy, you hear me? You go near him again, and you got a problem